guys and gals? Never here from Drake Wing Gaming. Instead of you on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Echo Flynn's Path. So y'all, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Okay, more freakout time. Alright, I reel forward as it all comes spewing out of my mouth. I can't breathe. It burns so much. I try to call out for help, but every time I open my mouth, it's just more vomit. There's another black widow climbing up my leg, but I can't focus enough to swat at it. Each breath I take is blubbering, like acid is going straight into my lungs. I just need someone to help me. I clench my eyes shut tight, and when I open them, everything's different. The modern bookshelves and electronic equipment are replaced with all this old-timey crap I can't make out. But I see it, past a big wooden chair, a door. How the hell? The puking is slowed to a trickle from the edges of my mouth, but my insides still burn. I managed to push myself off the wall, stepping upon creaky floorboards that weren't there a minute ago. I stumbled past old wagon wheels and piles of what appear to be Bibles. Eventually I reach it, the light. The door is already open ajar, so I just push, and it doesn't budge. No! Why? Why won't it open? I sink down to the floor, half collapsing as my knees start to give out. Help! I finally managed to croak out. Good Lord! I managed to turn my head in the direction of the voice. A blurry figure now stands in the room, his voice one of shock. Professor Tibbets! I can't tell if he's looking at me or past me. Cliff? And just like that, he's gone. The room, though. The room is still here. It's all red like before. I feel compelled to stand up again, but my legs won't budge. I just can't. Everything hurts. I shift my eyes down. The black widow that was crawling up earlier is now a blonde tarantula. Why is this happening? Someone! I can't think straight. I just want to go home. Leo! Mom! Help! I miss home. God, I wish I was home. I hate this. Why won't anyone help? Why'd they all have to leave me? Why can't I get out? Useless. No! Don't tell me that! Just die already. I'm not gonna die! I'm not... The cramping in my muscles is the most intense I've ever felt. It's like the flesh itself is being peeled from the bone, each nerve ending plucked like whiskers. The tarantula is on my face now, on the tip of my nose. I can see all of its eyes, and in those eyes I see the reflection of my own. Its dusty blonde hair begins to shift, dissolving into darkness, contrasted with neon orange markings. And then it becomes nothing. I close my eyes and wait. Find him. Ooh. Second meal. Water time. Dad. I sling the bow over my shoulder and set my quiver down on the little yellow plastic table next to me. It's got a little cubby holder in the center meant for storing crayons and shit, but I haven't used it for that in a long time. I approach the target and tear off the photograph I printed out at the school's library. Her and the librarian giving me quite the look about it. Not that I was going to explain to her what it was for. Right between his turban, though. Not bad for 150 feet. I smile, holding it up and seeing the sunlight shine through the hole. It's at the moment, though, I start feeling a bit silly. Who the fuck am I kidding? Nobody's going to kill this guy with a bow. They'll blast him into 100 pieces with a weaponized UAV. Talking about Osama bin Laden, I guess. Also, yeah. Still, Uncle will dig this. He can hang it up in the garage next to the 100 and 125 feet ones. He's been trying to get me to practice more with the 22, but I like the bow better. It's quiet, so I don't got to worry about the county sheriff getting called again. And not that I ever admit it, but I fucking hate the noise. I think I got sensitive ears or something. Carl was telling me to just use a silencer, like that's how it fucking works. I'm just gonna grow up on dumb movies and video games and have no clue how the real world works. This place, at least, is pretty far away from any houses besides my own. I think I've only ever seen one other non-friend family person out here, and that was Heather's mom, stoned off her ass. None of the group are really into this stuff, so it's pretty alright when I'm wanting to be alone. I fold up the picture, stuffing it in the side pocket of my cargo pants. I walk back to the firing line, taking hold of my quiver once again. I draw my bow, readying another arrow. I'm about to fire, though this nearby rumbling sound starts coming from the road about a mile north. It sounds like someone is going off-roading. I squint past the glare of the afternoon sun and spot the pale blue of a truck heading my direction. Through the windshield, I spot a familiar, small, tufted face. What the hell? I drop my gear, watching the vehicle accelerate and decelerate haphazardly. Shitbird, what are you doing? The truck pulls up and comes to an abrupt halt. I step up to the driver's side window, about to chastise the furry bastard. The look on his face stops me. I don't see any sort of gesture of self-satisfied mischief as the kid steps out. Just shaken, wide-eyed blankness. Whoa, the hell's going on, dude? Flynn, can you come with me? He's acting weird as hell. Why? Please? I sigh. Yeah, scoot over. No way I'm letting someone even younger drive me around. Just a sec, gonna grab my gear so nobody steals it. Sydney just nods. I turn, walking back to grab my cooler, bow, and quiver. I'm guessing his folks are being fucky again. Still, he's gonna get his hide tan for jacking their truck. Second, y'all. One at a time. Alright, y'all, and we are back. Let's jump right back into it. Alright. I throw my equipment in the truck bed before opening the driver's side door. Sydney's already sitting on the passenger side. I notice his eyes. They look all bleary and pink around the edges. He's been crying. God damn. Want to tell me what's up? Sydney says nothing. You ain't been killing hookers again, have you? I know the bitches step out of line sometime and you gotta keep your pimp hand strong, but there are limits, little guy. I smirk at him. He just looks down between his knees, cupping his face in his paws. I'm not helping, am I? I clear my throat. Well, shit. At least tell me where we're going. Sydney rubs his face with his wet paws. Finally, he lifts his head and speaks. We step around the damp sticks and bramble before eventually reaching the clearing. Sydney seems to get more nervous every step we take, muttering something about being tough every now and then. I decided a while ago I wasn't going to pry, but I feel myself getting increasingly nervous. What the hell are we doing all the way out here? Eventually he comes to a stop, then points past some bushes. I can see what looks like rusted metal past the green. I raise a brow at him before stepping through. I see him and my gut sinks. Part of me wondered what could have possibly made Sydney act like this, and the thought crossed my mind, but I didn't want to believe it. He's laying down in an awkward pose, legs bent up and tucked beneath the front bumper of the abandoned van. At first I think his mouth is open, but then I realize half his jaw is missing. A clear hole visible all the way through his neck. I can see where the spine connects to the brain and everything. The blood is so dark, it's like motor oil. Huh. The words catch in my throat. I'm gonna be sick. I hear crying from beside me, and I know he's there. I know he's seeing this too. Okay. Wow. Wow? Really? What did you... I didn't kill him! Sydney steps up to me, a surge of emotion upon his previously blank face. I didn't, I swear! I spot the rifle next to the corpse. It's a .22 long barrel, a really awkward weapon to try to kill yourself with due to its length. I turn, the sight and all of it making me feel like I'm about to lose my breakfast. Are you sure? I wouldn't blame you if you did. I didn't! His shrill yell catches me off guard and nearly lose my nerve. Okay. He took you out here and shot himself? We were arguing and he saw the van and started acting weird. His voice is much higher pitched than it usually is. Sydney always puts on his fake gravelly sort of cadence to sound tough. He doesn't have any sort of that now. It sounds just like any other scared little kid. He left me, then came back an hour later with his gun. He said he wanted me to watch him do it. Looks like he's about to hyperventilate. He covers his face with his forearms, whimpering aloud. My head hurts. I take him by the shoulders and turn him away from the scene. Let's take you back to the truck, eh? I believe you. Sydney's dad was a weird motherfucker. Real grinny. Like TJ's folks, but even more completely fucking fake. Like, water time. We all used to go to the same church down in Prior Valley, so he treated me like I was one of them. As of late, though, he's been acting really strangely toward me. I always wondered if my parents told him something. Fucking doesn't matter now, does it? Let's sit you back down to the truck, okay? It's warm in there. Sydney just nods. We reach the truck, and I start noticing little things about it that makes my heart sink. A pack of Sydney's dad's chewing gum on the dashboard, his fish bait pro-grain bumper sticker, the Alpine wind air freshener that dangles from the rearview mirror. All this shit for a person who is just gone. Put the keys in the ignition, then turn on the heater and radio. All that the antenna picks up here is some twangy country stuff. I step around to the truck bed and unzip the plastic cooler I've got. I ate all the jerky from earlier, and all that's left is a couple lemon-lime sodas. I take one and hand it to Sydney. Here, drink this. His parents never let him have soda. I sort of expect him to just hold it and keep staring ahead blankly, but he actually pops the top and starts lugging it down. There's more in the back if you get thirsty. They're gonna think I did it, aren't they? Who will? Everyone. They think I'm a monster. I open my mouth to dismiss that, but the more I think about it, the more suspicious it all looks. Not that I doubt Sydney for a fucking second. He wouldn't lie to me about something serious like this. But the cops? Dude, Sydney. The angle of the gunshot. He looks up at me, big eyes welling up. It looks bad, like he couldn't have... I didn't want him to do it. I tried. I talked to him for hours. I kept trying to pull it away. He wouldn't listen to me. He just kept talking. I resist the urge to muffle him as he begins to scream, looking around nervously. I don't think many people come to this part of the state land. Instead, I place a hand on his back, rubbing gingerly. It's okay. I thought if I yanked hard enough... Snot dribbles from his nose, which he wipes quickly on his jacket. He just shakes his head. It fired. Fuck. I feel my gut twisting at the prospect of what I'm about to do. It's like my insides have gone cold, as if the thermal padding in my clothing was gone. I'll take care of it. What do you mean? I'll, bury him. If anyone asks, you can say you were hunting down the pass a couple miles from here and he stormed off. Will anyone believe that? More so than what really happened. My tone comes out more curt than I intended, and Sydney begins to bawl again. I kind of want to cry, too. I squeeze Sydney's shoulder before letting go. As I turn and head back to the van, it's like this physical sense of dread is hugging me the closer I get. What fucking else can I do here? Turn Sydney into the cops? They won't understand. Even his mom wouldn't. She'd probably blame me as a bad influence that caused this to happen. As I near the abandoned van, I try not to look at the body. Just gotta find a good spot to start digging. There's 2 pinyon trees at the bottom of a nearby hill that are surrounded by thick undergrowth. That'll have to do. Just wish I had a shovel. Regardless, I begin to dig. Second, y'all. Oh, it is water time. And dig and dig and dig. I pull mounds upon mounds of soil out with my bare hands. Worms, spiders, and other sorts of creepy crawlies that probably make Chase freak out are everywhere. My hands start to feel raw, and I notice smears of blood on some of the soil I'm holding after a while. I can't stop now. This is already too suspicious. Hours pass. My aunt and uncle are probably wondering where I am. I don't know what I'm going to tell them. The truth? No. I'll just sneak in, act like I'm taking a shower and change my clothes, then wash them when I get the chance. I think I finally get it deep enough, though my arms are numb as all hell. I glance up the hill and see the very edge of Sydney's dad's foot. Just need to get it over with. Quick tug and haul and we'll be home free. I don't move. I just keep staring at it. Like it'll start twitching or something and I'll hear his voice ask me what I'm doing. It's just so still, like a rock. Empty. Reminds me of the upside-down cockroaches I find in the garage all the time. Just empty husks that once contained life and are now just a shell. Overcome with the notion that I really, really don't want to die. Eventually, without even realizing it, I manage to get my legs working again. I grasp the foot. As I pull it down the slope, it doesn't bend like I thought it would. Each movement of the joints kind of crackles with this horrible sound. I try to think of anything else to keep myself from throwing up. Gourmet salads, fishing trips, barbecues, my friends. The husk falls into the makeshift grave. For the first time, I see his eyes. He's looking at me. Right at me. I always thought that looking at a dead person's eyes would be like seeing someone who was looking through you. But no. It's like he's focused on me. Fuck! Are you... I look down at Sydney's dad expectantly. No response. One of his arms is sticking up, frozen in rigor. It's too tall, and it could stick out of a topsoil blue if the topsoil blew away. I take a deep breath and step down on it. It crunches like a bunch of dry twigs. Jesus. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna pause this wonderful, happy, cheery moment right here. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to my lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. You are awesome, and we appreciate you going a bit above and beyond. And to our gold tier patron, Amr, you are most awesome, and we love you. We hope you enjoy your new icon. So anyway, if y'all want to get your name on the end credits, it's as little as $5. And anyway, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.